special.
What is that?
About this. Top secret.
What is that?
This here. Oh!
Whoa.
Hey, I need that to get back down.
You might.
This is a carbon fiber C5 rear bumper.
He doesn't need that.
But I need that.
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, it's got a little spoiler built into it.
Yeah. How long have we waited for that?
What?
How long have we waited for this project?
Well, the first company we waited.
Yeah, I mean total.
Oh,
Like,
total 2 years, 2.5 years, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we could get to like a point like this.
yeah. So, you guys remember the? You might have just saw something in the background too. You guys remember the Corvette go-kart thing that we showed on video a long time ago? So, Grant that owns that has been waiting for body parts from another company for a long, long time. They said they could make them. I don't even remember which company it was, but said they could make them. Kept kicking him around on it. He found another company that made them. Although he still had to modify them, didn't he?
Dude, I actually need the ladder back.
CJ.
I was gonna leave the people in suspense.
Yeah, that is kind of funny.
I mean,
Maybe you'll be down in a minute.
I could definitely make that.
There's no high border fence, Eddie.
But it's if I
Wow.
trip up. What did you say?
You'll have to watch the video to find out.
Damn.
All right.
Damn.
So, anyways, he ordered from another company for the custom super wide front tires. So, possibly next week that one's back in. But we've got some other stuff to show you around in the shop. We'll get into right after the intro. Can you shush the background noise, please? Trying to film a video.
What?
Gosh. All right, so giveaway Tahoe. The new owner is coming next week, right after the Freedom 500, which I am filming this kind of late on a Thursday. And yes, I know I'm way behind on videos. Actually, I've filmed a ton of stuff. We did a special thing at the Freedom Factory with Nitto. We went testing with that car that you haven't seen yet, that you're about to. Done some stuff on the Blazer, like all kinds of stuff. Just have not had time. Life has been so busy lately, which this thing right here that you're going to see in a minute, that's a big part of it. But yeah, lots of stuff going on. Just got behind on videos, and I probably should look into editing, like getting an editor. It's just as busy as my life is, I don't have as much time to do it as I would like. Anyways, like I said, this is headed to the detailers as soon as we get done filming this, because gonna get it one final detail. We got the headliner replaced, got new seat covers installed, did a little carbon fiber mirror cover thingies there, carbon fiber interior trim, new steering wheel. I had to overnight because I ordered the wrong one. Thought we had it, sat on it for forever. That's kind of my fault. But got a new fresh headliner in here, fresh seat covers. Pretty excited about all that. Got the tailpipes wrapped up on her. So they sound super good. Nice and quiet in the car. It wasn't bad before, but now it's even better. What'd you load up?
Cooler.
What we need a cooler for?
Frosty, cold, ice cold beverages.
Beverages, cold
Yep.
snacks?
Cold snacks.
Cold snacks.
Exactly.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, look at that. So, this has been an absolute time. Like, we have put a ton of hours into this. This was bought by Lee, the guy that we travel and race the Vipers with. He bought this because in July, Lee, myself, Eddie are all headed over to France to run this car on the 24-hour of Le Mans circuit. Pretty exciting stuff. So, but it's a 2004, 5, 6 that generation NASCAR, and it hasn't been raced in a while.
Yeah.
So
it's not.
it needed a lot of stuff. And it may have seen, like, we know a guy that ran it, like an older gentleman, kind of just did some track days with it, but it's legit like original to 2000, late 2000s. Old Mallory ignition boxes. We did put an AIM in it because they went testing with it. I filmed a video before all that going over this, but we're going to post this video.
Oh.
Had to move the seat for Lee, had to fabricate a new throttle pedal for Lee. Hey, there's a flashlight. We might want to put that on charge before we go.
Who put that there? Where is it? It was me.
Moving the seat, changing the padding around in the seat. A lot of little stuff there. Changed the steering wheel. New fire bottles, which we've got one, but we've got another kit coming, and we're going to add fire suppression to the engine bay. Went through and did a setup for road course, which actually we didn't change the setup a whole lot. We ended up resetting the front toe.
Yeah.
Took it to Sebring, and this thing would three-wheel out of the corners, like snatch the inside tire up off the ground.
It was doing that.
Exiting turn one, like when he would transition back to the throttle, it'd kind of hike up, and
wheeling.
it was half wheeling.
Yeah.
I know you want to show it off.
Yeah, that's my girl right here.
You can pull up on the hood pin
I
cords.
can't get my fingers in there.
You pull on the hood pin cords.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's only one rivet. R5P7 Dodge NASCAR motor.
Yeah. Legit late 2000s Dodge R5P7. And we did dyno it, so I'll put a clip in of that somewhere in here, because at 8,500, this thing sounds amazing. It's kind of funny, because you guys know Lee used to driving the Vipers. The Vipers get shifted at 63 to 6,400 RPM. This thing starts running at 63, 6,400 RPM. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
Pretty much.
it really starts making power. Like, the power curve really starts going up at 5,000. And by the time it gets to 6,500, that's when she's where she needs to be. So the RPM range of this engine is 65 to 80, actually 87, 88.
Yeah.
But we quit at 85 on the dyno because that's where Lee plans to shift this at. So, like I said, we've been prepping it to get it ready for shipping it to Le Mans, France.
Yep.
To run
the new shocks, or we got these shocks rebuilt.
Yep.
Got another set of shocks.
Yep. We got a new radiator core coming because we have to build a radiator to fit in this space because...
You show this? 500.
Daytona 500, 2005. That's kind of cool. We'll make sure this has more clearance with our new radiator. And maybe when we take this radiator out again, maybe we slot that back a little more too, because... Are we going to run the new radiator? Or are we running this?
We're not running this.
Okay.
This is... Keep it as a spare. Hopefully we don't need it.
Okay, so we also ended up remaking a bunch of oil lines. Like, this oil line was hitting the hood, so changed this hose in to one that threads in directly instead of having a adapter, then a hose in on top of that. We had to change all the fluids. We changed the rear gear. We're remaking the brake ducts because the brake ducts were all up in the tires.
Added a power steering cooler.
Added a power steering cooler.
Yep.
Because he's going to be racing five really long sessions.
5 up to 30-minute sessions, 35-minute sessions, something like that.
And if you guys aren't familiar with the Circuit de la Sarthe,
Oh, look at you.
I play iRacing occasionally. 24 hours of the Le Mans course. The back stretch used to be one super long, like mile and a half straight. Incredibly long. Incredibly long back straightaway. Cars back in the 80s were going like 240 miles an hour on it. So at some point between then and now, they've added chicanes to the backstretch, but it's still right at 30 seconds of wide open throttle. 25 to 30 seconds. We're not 100% sure yet because, to our knowledge, nobody has done this and taken this kind of car over to France. So this thing made 680 something to the tire. Car weighs 3,300 with him in it.
34.
3,400 with him in it.
I mean, it's a Dodge. Like, it's heavy. you know?
It is a Charger.
This sticker right here adds like 100 pounds right there.
So, it's kind of funny too because there's been all the talk of ARCA stuff. Got an ARCA chassis sticker on it. I think the thing might have run the ARCA Menard series in 2013 because I've seen quite a few cars
to run an ARCA.
I don't know.
No way they run this much.
I don't know. I really don't know.
They like put restrictors under the carburetor or something.
Maybe put restrictor plates on them. Something I am not versed in.
You're supposed to be the NASCAR guy.
I mean, I like watching NASCAR, but I'm not knowledgeable on all of the things. So, we've got a data system that we're putting in it before we ship it to France. We got to redo the side skirts because they got a little chewed up when the car was rolling over.
We put a Braille lithium battery in it.
Oh, we put a lithium battery in it. That's true. Forgot about that. We got to rewire that starter, by the way.
Yeah.
Take that trigger wire off.
It does do that.
Pretty cool deal. Like all the wind, or at least the side window, just pops out on these little tiny quarter turn fasteners. Got that out though. There's some of our old hoses that we got rid of. This hose here was touching the header, so I didn't really show you that one. But that right there, focus, just about to rub through that little spot right there because it was touching the stainless steel header. CJ found that and fixed it. Changed the steering wheel. A few other little odds and ends. Check out the spark plugs these things run too. Like, how's that?
Weird.
How's that for a weird spark plug?
Show the messed up one. Let's call out. Let's
Call out Autolite.
Autolite.
There's probably a reason why they don't make these anymore.
Yeah. Probably a reason they're out of business, right?
Is that the
What
one?
is it?
I think it's this one. Yeah, maybe you can tell. So, problem is that is touching. The center electrode is touching this one right here. So that's no good. But we did order extras. We found some of these obsolete plugs in a warehouse somewhere and ordered a bunch of them. Put a set in on the dyno. But, you guys know, I think I started talking about the Freedom 500 and then I quit because I got distracted because that happens. But you guys might have seen, Cletus did the driver predictions or the finishing position predictions for the Freedom 500.
He has you too high. There's no way you come 10th.
Well, if that's the case,
I mean, you're just some idiot Florida man, and there's real race car drivers coming. So,
there are a bunch of real race car drivers coming.
You either win
But-
off of sheer luck or talent from your spotter, basically saving you in every interaction,
And who do you guys think the spotter
or
is?
you crash and lose.
I have crashed a few times, but I think 10th is a little low. Not gonna lie. I think 10th is a little low.
Take a 0 off that number, and that's where you end up.
Yeah, I need a plane. Working on my pilot's license, so it'd be a heck of a lot easier if I had my own airplane.
Yeah, I'm really
So-
tired of you coming out here and
Watching
seeing
airplanes?
Airplanes go by.
I hear one coming.
Airplane.
Should we
Yeah.
wait for it?
No. You're gonna wait for it, aren't you?
No, but it's
You're like, he's coming in low. He's coming in hot. I'm like, Kevin, I don't care, dude.
oh shoot. So, anyways, yeah, a lot of stuff going on. We've got a couple of motors we've wrapped up, like built short blocks, 5.3 short blocks. You guys want a boosted 5.3 short block? Might be on the website by now. Not 100% sure. Still waiting on some parts to come in for the Chevelle. One of them being the rear wheels, but we got the new front wheels. So check them shiny dudes out. An extra set of wheels and tires for the Cup car. Eric and Will have been cranking away on this first gen Camaro over here with a LS swap. Eric's wrapping up transmission cross member now. We got all the stuff added for the Speed Tech rear suspension with a Panhard rod. Changes over to a coilover setup. See the shock bolts in right there. Kind of coolness going on. been doing a bunch of first-gen Camaros lately, which is cool. But, yeah, Freedom 500 weekend. Tune in tonight, because I expect this video will probably come out on Friday. Tonight at 7 o'clock, the live stream goes live at freedomplus.com or baldeagle.com, I think. Anyways, you can find it somewhere. Just Google Freedom 500. CletusMcFarland.com. There will be a link to it somewhere on the internet that you can find to watch us race for a Carbon Cub airplane. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I feel like I'm due for another Freedom 500 win. I mean, if I'm just being honest, I think I'm due for another Freedom 500 win. I won Indy again.
We've never won Freedom 500.
We won Indy together. We won Stafford together.
Indy twice, first of all.
Indy twice. Yeah, the first one was
right.
Indy. Yeah. So when I won the Freedom 500 in 21, there wasn't a prize. So I think I got to catch back up. I mean, I've won a few, so I'm sure there's been people down there testing, and they've been texting me asking for advice. So maybe I should stop giving advice.
All right, I gotta have a talk with you. Okay.
Stop giving advice.
Stop giving people advice, idiot. People come up and they're like, "Hey, Kevin, what should I do?" And you're just blabbing your mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, quit that.
Too nice. But they ain't got my spotter.
Yeah.
All right. Figured I need to get a video out for you guys. I know it's been too long. Doing our best down here. So, thank you again for watching, subscribing, following along. If you're an editor type, especially if you're local, I want somebody local that comes.
Definitely need that.
Yeah, they can come by here. Maybe even somebody that'll come by here and film.
Yeah.
Down for that. So, because then we get into a working relationship, and maybe we're not their only customer, like say they do us, and then they use some other people. And I don't know. I don't know what's out here. If you go to the University of Florida, want to swing by, help us out with some edits. I mean, it's a paid gig. Not like I'm asking for free. So, anyways, see y'all next time.
You know, young and hot. Young, like 22-year-old college girl.
Okay. See y'all later.